time is more important than money. I don't know why they are working so hard. I have explained these 5 levels and 5 steps of FIRE, and I believe you had a better understanding of each one element and attribute. A lot of people think walking is a mean to put a roof over your head, to put food on your table, and to support your family. It's not quite right there. Since after about 20k US dollar a year in income, most of people in Japan already have fulfilled their basic survival needs in terms of food, shelter, and clothing. Once you secure your necessity and your basic survival, your desire are what you want more. And your ambitions, your dream, and your desire for something more out of your life. For me, my annual income is not the high as I expected, but I have fun time, so much of fun time, freedom. I can just sit around and play video game all day. It should be pretty cheap to do that. Basically, I can craft anything for myself, and so once you realize this, it really affects all aspects of your life. The mental change is firstly needed for you. In order to reach your goal, like I said before, your initial setup of your expected amount is your first task. You need to be specific about the exact amount, like how much you need for your FIRE. The answer is so simple. It doesn't have to be too high. As you retire young, you can have a small amount. I said I would need 1 million US dollar for my retirement. If I had 1 million for stock investment, that's enough because I can accumulate my capital funds from previous period like this. That's compounded, right? I have a lot of friends in Japan. Once I go round up and show them how to make a capital gain from the long-term investment, they all say, "Wow, that's too great. There's no exception about it." They all respond to me the same. They all say, "I want to retire early too." But I know it doesn't go well because their mentality is not for investment. They are always afraid of losing money. Well, this time, it may be a first time for me to teach you how to make money from stock investment. But technically, you can invest consistently and automatically using a dollar cost averaging. This is quite well-known technique which you can build wealth over time. The definition of it is basically you invest a fixed amount of money in the same fund or stock at regular intervals over the long period of time. The stock market is always going up, down, right? You keep investing the same amount of money at, let's say, $1,000 US every month, and then when the price is up, you buy less, whereas when the market is down, you buy more. Ignore the fluctuation in the period of your stock. You just keep putting the same amount into it every month. In the meantime, you can even try investing dividend payment back into the stock itself. So I would say dollar cost averaging is a pretty good strategy to go. However, if you go on with FIRE, you have to forget about it because FIRE is aimed to financial freedom and retirement at the stage of your life. You have a very specific amount you want to reach first. You want to make 1 million US dollar as soon as possible. If you just dilly-dally to make 1 million US dollar, it takes me forever. So here is how I have to take a risk. For those who don't know how to set up the actual amount of your retirement, you can just bring out the spreadsheet and calculate your annual expense, including rent, utility, gas, insurance, tax, and everything in a list. And then total amount multiplied by 25 is the actual number you need for your retirement. So you spend 400k US dollar a year, and that number multiplied multiplied by 25 equals 1 million US dollar. 25 is same as 4%. Okay, that's a tentative average rate that you need to calculate backward every year. So once you make a chunk of money, you start investing 60% of your saving money at once and maximize profit in a short term. That's what you are expected to do for 5 years. Agility is a key. If you delay, compound ratio is not good because you are too old. Given that you are 40 and 50 years old and start a dollar cost averaging, which takes you a long time to be wealthy, you are less likely to reach 5 years. That could be a potential risk of it. So if you are in 20s or 30s, you are better off taking a risk a lot. Okay, the next important factor is to manage your portfolio. I recommend you to keep a track on your household account book possibly every day or once a week. I know you're craving money so badly, and I know you are wondering why the hell you have to keep credit record on a daily basis. I know it, but it's mandatory. While you focus on making money over the short period of time, I need you to monitor your cash flow, like how your money goes in, goes out, except when you sleep. Not rough draft is acceptable, okay? Every day, you open your banking and asset account to see how your money is increasing or decreasing, just like you check your weight every day in the morning. Okay, so if you are on a diet, you care about your weight, right? If you are overweight, you eat less. If you don't check, you gain pound. Same principle. That happens because you don't manage it well. It doesn't take forever. Just take 5 minutes. Bring your iPhone, open your Excel sheet, and check it. That's super easy, right? That's all. You make up a specific amount for your retirement and keep track on your asset management every day. You gotta know it's important. Speaking of being rich, you always care about annual income, but it doesn't matter how much you earn if you are extravagant. My annual income is 1,200,000. That's not the point. Give it a shit. If your annual income is 1 million US dollar, but net worth is only 20,000 US dollar, you are not wealthy. However, your annual income is 40,000 US dollar, but net worth is 1 million. You are incredible, ain't you? That's exactly what the real fire is supposed to be like. The net worth is the most important indicator of all the time. I often encounter the textbook or like a reference book selling in a bookstore saying, for a beginner, you can always start investment with a small amount of funds. But as of a 5 year, you're gonna have to have active thinking to always move forward. It means dollar cost averaging is a negative technique for 5 years. Once you make as much money as possible, you throw the ball into the investment and make more money in an instant. That's a basic of strategy of financial independence. Next, number 3, cut your expenses. The biggest expense you want to reduce is probably housing, rent, loan, gas, public transit, and food. I call these things lifestyle inflation. It means when your income is up, you desire upgrading everything around you. That's it. If you find some extravagant YouTubers somewhere, please respond to them like, hey, you are in a pickle with lifestyle inflation. They're gonna be like, what the hell? That's exactly what I point out, folks. You show off your identity on YouTube and they look rich. If it is not for your business purpose, I don't think that's a good idea. In Japan, if you are living in Tokyo, you don't need a car. Some people say, I'm living in a countryside, so I need a car. Okay, I get it. Then, why don't you buy a used car? It doesn't have to be brand new, right? Likewise, you can save money. And for food, you can quit the beer like I did in a previous video. Please watch me another time if you don't mind, okay? But please keep in mind that I'm not asking you to go after extreme frugal life, okay? I'm not asking you to rent a super inexpensive apartment, eat nothing, and stay unhealthy. No, not at all. Not at all. You can have a moderate level of satisfaction. You know what I'm saying? As long as you can meet your physiological satisfaction at the normal level, you are all good. Like your apartment is not too hot, not too cold, your clothing is not too expensive, not too cheap. You eat food not too much, only a little bit, and something like that. They should be all moderate. So. Likewise, you can stay away from luxury goods and services you can possibly cut off. I hope you can manage it at your best effort. Next, more importantly, whatever you say, that's right. As you guys are already aware, an increase in income is a must. Hell yeah. Mother. Let me just go through roughly with this topic because I think most of you guys know what it is. As I pick up number one, you have to become more valuable as an employee. It's so simple. It's so specific. If you Google it, you know the answer. Your company is willing to pay you above average pay if you are capable of doing the big project management that can generate a large amount of profit. Once you get an increase in pay, you have more chances to get close to 1 million US dollar. That there are 4 ways you can increase your income. The first one is, as I said, employee. Number 2 is a side business. Number 3 is start up your business, entrepreneurship. Number 4 is again investment. Unfortunately, in Japan, we are only educated on how to work better as an employee. Recruitment is just the beginning of everything. If you are an employee working on a simple task forever, it's impossible to reach your goal. Even if you improve your technical and operational job skills, it's least possible to reach your goal. You know why? Because they are lowest paying category. These kinds of jobs can easily replaced by somebody else. If you quit, the company is gonna find another replacement to take over your business. You wanna find a way to add in value. You better work on your side business instead of promotion or pay raise. If you wanna make a 1,000 US dollar more for yourself, you don't want to think about an additional 1,000 in profit for your company because it's not gonna be yours. Did you get what I say? So what you do is that you try to create multiple sources of income. YouTube is good. Resale businesses via Amazon is also good. Affiliate business is good. Network business and NFT is excellent. You can sell whatever it is. Goods, service, your skills. As long as you have multiple sources of income, your future is bright. I mean brighter. I don't know what's gonna blow up. In the process of doing many things, you fail most of activities, but you get one successful business out of them. For example, you are to write a book, essay, blog, or whatever. If you write a book, you publish a book that is now on shelves. Your bookstores sell the books for you, and you make money from royalty. Better yet, if your YouTube channel blew up, you could launch your business with YouTube. You hire someone to helps your business, educate them, and let them earn money. That could lead to passive income. That's what I want to do in the future. Looks very small scale, but I can be successful if it works. I don't have to make my company bigger. As long as I can make additional net worth, my side business all matters. Then I'm gonna shift those profit into investment. Look, watch my mouse. Before you go ahead and dive into investment, you need to take a business class, which doesn't mean you go to college and get the certificate of business administration. Hell no. Fuck that shit. What you're gonna do is to become an entrepreneur and do a side business in the first place. Nothing else but them you can do. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, published by Robert Kiyosaki-san, even tells you it's extremely difficult to jump over from employment to investment if you wanna be wealthy. Don't worry about your company. If they fire you, you can find something else. I know it's really tough to look up and let it go, but whatever happens, it happens. I had conflicted with HR in my previous company. There's no explanation needed, but I was called into a conference room with HR, the boss, and all the windows were blocked out, and they didn't like my customer behavior, which was surprising me. I believe I was okay, but the thing didn't work out right. Ever since then, I've looked back at my mistake and modified it, and then I am now okay. At the moment, I figured maybe I gotta get a skill at tech. In tech industry in Japan, we have a talent shortage, so I figured maybe I should join tech company and get skill. I speak English, get the tech knowledge, and elevate my job career. I thought I should have a bright future by doing so. Now, there's nothing wrong with telling people I'm doing YouTube and stock investment. I have never leaked any of confidential information in public. I have so much powerful access right in the company, but I never revealed any of it. I made sure all of the views are my own. In case my company fires me without warnings about any of it, or if they just tell me I'm done, I will never mind because I already ready to leave. If you also have this sort of mindset with mine, you should follow me. Start up your business, make profit, and reinvest in stock investment. Overall, this is the entire workflow you need to cover up for today's video. Look at each tips 1 through 4: employment, side business, entrepreneurship, and investment. Any of the workflow here cannot be omitted. Okay, folks? Perhaps for the next time you get into an argument with somebody on financial independence and early retirement, and the environment is really unpleasant, you might as well chill out and step back a bit and remind yourself that you are not surviving just for work. You are here for your great time. That's all for FIRE I wanna cover up today. Thank you so much for your time and watching me until the climax. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thought and on FIRE. Is it your goal? Start? Have you already reached? Anything fine with me. Again, I deeply appreciate your big support, and I see you in the next episode of Mabu College. Have a great weekend.